Hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to showcase the two champions that carried me through most of Season 1. Ladelia, here, she's a free login champion, and Centralia, she needs to be pulled. I didn't have a stacked roster early on, so I leaned on these two everywhere, and honestly, I can't complain, they deliver. Now, I won't pretend that they're the strongest heroes in the game, but if you're working with limited resources, then you could do a lot worse. So I'll agree that the setup is not 100% free to play, since Cinderella needs to be pulled. But she's available in Leluani's banner, and even if you're free to play, you should absolutely prioritize Leluani's and her exclusive first, then possibly Flora and her exclusive. There's an argument for which one you should go first between the two, but if you can only get one, I think Leluani is the one to go for. The strategy relies on Centralia duplicating Ladelia's ult, so that Ladelia from the second ult onwards can place her ult under two Muppets instead of one, effectively doubling her damage. This combo was the backbone for creating Femeander. On the tougher stages though, sometimes I had to swap Centralia out for more crowd control. But for the most part, those two are the ones who carried me. I also use them across dungeons, and I'll quickly walk you through a few of them, a few of the teams I built around them, just to illustrate how the combo fits into different setups. Now, first up is Grave. I'll use this dungeon to explain how the rotation works, and now just to put some practicality behind the bear theory. I'm not gonna show you the full run, since I'm not using these exact teams this season. Affinities have changed, and I've got more heroes at my disposal now. And I can't say for sure how high the setup can go anymore. But the important part is the rotation logic and the synergies between those two champions, which is what I want to highlight. In this team we have Centralia and Ladelia, of course. Then we're gonna have Zarlot to apply defense down. Then we have Thorin to heal us, for heals. And ultimately Yorion, just because we need a tank. We don't need no setup when it comes to timing, and if you have any issues in staying alive, you can swap up Zarlot for Esteia. There's really nothing to show when it comes to this one. Okay, up next we have Grave of Curse. Now here I've been lucky enough to have pulled Felosia, so I've actually used Felosia. The way the setup works, we have everybody ulting after the boss second skill, and the way it works is we have everybody ulting the first time after the boss first skill, so that Vignara can remove the boss attack up and increase damage, and she can give us 2 buffs, and he can give us survivability. And he can protect everyone with. Now I will show you quickly how this rotation works. I think you can try and replace Felosia with Thorin. So Thorin and Urian buffs is 2 buffs. You have 2 buffs, so the boss only strips 1, and you still have 1, and you don't get double damage. Of course, if you have Felosia, you can go higher with respect to Thorin. You can actually try Negan here. You can try Megan as well, but I'm not sure how Megan's ult works when you have this many units in the field, because perhaps she will prioritize the front line rather than your damage dealers.
Next up is a Grave of Rock. The star support in here is Thea. We need Rift Hourglass on her for cooldown reduction. You cannot see the effect of the artifact though, as it is applied in-game. However, you should know that 1 skill ace point equals to 0.17% cooldown reduction. A maxed out one gives 17%. Now mine is capped at level 16 right now, so it's about 15%. But it's still enough to guarantee a first ultimate to to happen in under 8 seconds, which is vital because it allows her to ult in between the boss skills, second and third. So we have debuff immunity for both of the boss skills. It lets us avoid the plague. And setting rotation at 19 seconds, we're guaranteed to have the immunity consistent throughout the whole fight. Viniara, which is here frankly because she's a free hero, and her ult is a hit, which allows us to apply Witch's Remains. Now, if you're trying to push as high as possible in terms of stages, perhaps you want to swap her out for another healer. This is a flex spot, let's just say that. Let's just call her that. And lastly is Thorin, which is here to give everyone invisibility in order to avoid to be munched by the boss. Now, I recommend setting is ult late in the boss rotation because we have Centralia and Adelia that will probably spawn their Muppets. And if they happen to spawn after Thorin has already used his ult, the boss will chew them and heal from it. Now on to the run to show how it works in practice.
Time to gather samples. Keep striving for truth.
Here we have Thea, our other star, lesser star perhaps, since the Muppets are unrivaled. So here we go right back around and we watch Thea reliably help us avoid the plethora of debuffs, or as I like to call it, the plague, and Thorin that makes us invisible. Now, Centralia died, but they're not actually built for the stage. We are not here to beat the stage, we're just here to showcase the rotation.
Now, before I show you the planar expedition team, I want to be upfront. I only had strong teams for the three of the dungeons during first season. The other two I neglected for a while, talking about the ancient thingy and the flaming chicken. Mostly because the gear scarcity and low affinity bonds, so I just punched it down for most of the season, and then around the time that the continental bosses appeared, I made progress to that, and then I threw all my energies at them for about a couple of weeks, and then I catched up. So if you're in the same situation, don't stress, it's normal to lag behind in some areas. Focus on what you can clear efficiently, then circle back as your roster and gear catch up. Finally, let me show you the team I crafted for Planar Expedition. It's a bit tricky because it relies on throwing bodies in front of the bosses so that Centralia's duplicate end up away from the original copy. That way, Ladelia's ultimate can hit all three of the bosses. I actually tried stacking them one on top of the other, but on average it ended up doing less damage. Now the setup only really works early on, but because it gets a scale pretty quickly as the champion quality is not great. For example, we're using Isitarian, which is free to play, but realistically it doesn't bring much to the table other than catching the stun from one of the bosses. Now this is what the timing's like. The only thing you care about is that Zarlot goes before Ladelia so that he can apply defense down with Witch's Remains. Now let's move into the run.
Time to gather samples. Keep striving for truth. Bestow your weapons.
This is what I meant when I said the stacking bodies, and see that Centralia's duplicate goes the other way. But this way each of the copy hits two bosses. I'll let this fight run in the background while the Muppet army does its thing. Meantime, I just want to say thanks for watching and sticking with me until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps. Don't worry though, you got legend status locked in no matter what. Enjoy the chaos of those Muppets running around. I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.